And welcome back to the show. There's a real controversy going on in this country today about right to privacy when it comes to medical information. And where the conflict comes about is the fact that many employers now are implementing wellness programs for their employees. I think that's a good thing. I think that every public employee should be involved in a program like that, to where you are tested on a regular basis, given a plan to make you more healthy in terms of eating requirements, exercise requirements, that kind of thing. And I think it's great. 38% of Americans now are obese. 38%. More and more children, a growing number, are obese. It's happening throughout the underdeveloped parts of the world where there was no obesity a few years ago. And now every little town's got a little snack shop where they sell chocolate, sodas, drinks, all that kind of thing. And we're creating this massive obesity problem. Now, the privacy right comes in where people say, well, I just don't know whether I want my employer to know specifically about my whole medical history. Is it fair to share that medical information? There's a trade-off right now. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to take the job. But it's in fairness to the employer, I think they have every right to try to find ways to cut down on costs, to contain costs, and to give more care to those who need it. And one way is to keep you more healthy. We are not preventing, we are treating. We don't prevent, we let the cause take place. We let you get the diabetes, the heart problems, whatever, and then we treat that. And the treatment is much more expensive than the prevention, much more expensive. So in this debate going on, and it's going to take place in every state in this country, I think it's important to say there's trade-offs. Now, you're talking to a guy right here that's a big lover of freedom and thinks that your right to privacy is so important. We've talked about that time and time again on this show. But when it comes to keeping you healthy and the trade-off medically, I think that it's a right an employee has to give up to some degree. And it's not like that your employer is going to share all that information. It's just that the medical professionals within your profession, your environmental group, your job. I worked for the state for many, many years. I can see a van coming around and giving you a physical once a year and laying out parameters of what you do to stay healthy. And there are some penalties too. If you refuse to follow the guidelines, then you pay more compared to the person that doesn't follow the guidelines. We do that right now with smokers. If you're a smoker, you usually pay more than a non-smoker. I think it's a good program, something we ought to implement, and something we're going to talk about a heck of a lot more here on the show, on the Common Sense Show. So be right back.